Hi, George here. All right, so I'll be doing a series of videos called "The Pleasant Sound of a Burning Fuse," which is we're in the stage now. Basically, if you look back to my video where I talked about the maximum alert, Deborah speaks, we know that the fuse for Psalm 83 was lit on December 31 of the last year. So what I am seeing now are various sounds of the fuse burning. Now, we have to be very clear how this is in the context of the rapture. When the fuse reaches the end, the bomb goes off. Okay, that's the analogy we're using here. The bomb goes off. It's not the rocket that goes off; it's the bomb, right? In other words, this is not to do with the rapture. At the end of the fuse, the Psalm 83 war, hostilities will start. The rapture happens while the fuse is burning. See me? It happened now. So, so it's an interesting sound. The fuse burning. So, first things I'd like to clear up some. Of course, now let's talk about the start of the fuse, the way it was lit. Why would you issue an order to your armed forces by making a YouTube video? I mean, this seems a bit odd. Can't you just send a memo, or maybe invite your colonel out for tea and say, you can find them and kill them now? No, no, okay. So they have to. So they have to be very clear. This method of communicating the order actually gives away the battle plan because we have a few battle plans in the portfolio for Psalm 83. There's the Gideon one, where you actually, where the enemy annihilate each other, and after some kind of a signal, spectacle from your forces. The other one is the battle plan, which was used by Deborah and Barak against Sisera, where God discomfited Sisera and all of his assembled chariots were somehow made useless, and Sisera ran away. And there's a Jael battle plan where you invite Sisera to your home and kill him in his sleep. All right. So the fact that we're communicating via YouTube video means that we're using the Gideon battle plan. Why? Why is that? Because you see, you communicate an order via a broadcast medium. If you don't know where your soldiers are, and you have no way of contacting them, but they're obviously probably out there waiting. They do this. I don't know whether you guys know into spy novels. I used to go into spy novels when I was no, way back then. No, I have no time for this. No, but back then I used to read spy novels, and you'd communicate an order to your spy by, for example, putting a personal ad. It'd say, "Dear Lavender Rose, I miss Monaco." Put that in a personal ad in the Times. And that would be a signal to your operative to take the next flight to Monaco. Something like that. So, of course, you could also make a YouTube video saying Happy New Year, which would actually give you the the date to start your the start date of a predetermined battle plan. Okay? Okay. So here's another one, which is kind of odd. Now, well, I think some of the more obvious things is that for some reason now the Palestinian Authority is willing to negotiate on any preconditions. Since when did they agree to do that? I think they probably know that there's going to be a start of a war. So that's not surprising. It's not surprising as well that all sorts of intermediaries like this quartet, all sorts of leaders are trying to prevent a war, all that. And that's normal stuff. That's not unusual. What's unusual is this one. This is another sound of the fuse burning. It's unusual why Israel would hold a press conference and announce that they were ready to attack and they were planning to attack Gaza sometime soon. Why would you do that? I mean, if you're gonna attack Gaza, I mean, the last thing you'd want to do is to tell your enemy, well, that you're planning to attack soon. Because what are you going to do If they're going to mobilize their forces, I mean, of course, the Palestinians are somewhat mobilized already, right? They, like Israel, like, Israel maybe slightly mobilized. What you want to do is you want to attack their forces when they're not fully mobilized, so that you can have a numerical superiority, right? Makes sense. And so, by telling people that okay, we're going to attack you soon, that gives them time to mobilize, right? But that's actually an interesting sound because makes no sense, it seems. And they notice that they're giving them time. They're not so say we're going to attack you and then they attack you the next day. They're giving them time. They're giving them time to get ready. Well, okay. So now you can probably guess what's going on here, right? What happens is that the enemy is going to mobilize, and that's good because it's nice to have the enemy out in the open, ready to pointing all their guns towards Israel. When the time to attack comes, they'll be pointing the guns in the wrong direction because the attack will be coming from within. That's it. And it's nice to have all the forces mobilized in a situation like that. That way, when you do attack, you get them all. So, so that's another. In a sense, it's kind of chilling as well, right? And I certainly hope. That's why I'm so glad I'll be out of here before that whole thing starts. But that's the thing. So there needs to be time for the enemy to mobilize and to coax them to mobilize. And I don't think any of I don't think I'm not sure whether anybody reads Psalm 83 over there. Right? Yeah, and they probably think this is all crazy. I'm sure if anybody who was a graduate from a war college would probably think this is nuts. Think that we're using a psalm in the Bible to look at an ongoing operation. But that's what we do, right? As watchers. We watch. You should always watch through the lens of Scripture, and that's a sign. And that's why the attack has not happened yet. There's no hostilities yet. There needs to be time for the enemy to fully mobilize. I don't really know how long that takes, but I think it just takes a few days. Just calling people, hey guy, hey, come over here and get your gun. We're about to be attacked by Israel. It's something like that. They all go and get into their positions. All right. So that's something else that seems to be going on. All right. So far, I'm not gonna barrage you with a lot of noise. Those two things that I mentioned are kind of odd because they don't make no sense. So I'll be looking for stuff like that. All the other stuff which makes sense, you'll see those just by reading the news. Okay. So okay, that's it for now. I don't like long videos, right? So do you. So what I'll do is I'll look around some more and get back to you. All right. Cheers, guys. Hey, stay ready. Maximum alert. Good night.